18 July 2016. It is a Monday in the United States of America. Here on the edge of outlaw country. Feels like it's 102 degrees outside. Subsequently, a cold glass of iced tea, some brownies, a little smoke, make a man feel a whole lot better. Thought I'd take a couple of minutes while I cool down with a glass of tea. Grab yourself one if you got one handy. Wanted to bring up a couple of things. I've been encouraged recently. I'm nearly 64 years old. I was fortunate enough to have encountered the right people and the right information to have realized by the time I was 17 years old, some years ago, that there's no such thing as God. The point, I'm an atheist. Have been for many years. Being from the South, that is the old Confederacy in the United States, I grew up where if you didn't believe in God, you were no better than, quote, a nigger, end quote. What does that mean? I mean, they believe probably more than you do, white boy. Anyway, but anytime you come back to the South, it's pretty much stuck in about 1864 and a half. I joined Facebook, I think it was, I think 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. And one of the things that I've really, and in fact, Facebook has actually been the source of this encouragement to me, because I am so encouraged to see that there are so many people who have come to the understanding that it's humanity that we need to be concerned about, not some lie. But I've been so encouraged to see so many people have come to their senses and are actually really angry, the same anger I used to experience. I'm so encouraged that so many people are reaching a more intellectually developed conclusion about these matters. And what I have further realized, to try to convince somebody who believes or leans more toward believing than not, you cannot convince someone that their beliefs are wrong. They have to come to that understanding on their own. Each of us does. And so, what I have come to believe, that the real challenge for those of us who do not believe, for those of us who understand that it is humanity, human progress, human happiness, human development, those things, the human condition, those things are what all of our time, energy, and focus and resources should be devoted to moving forward. We're never going to convince individuals. People are stupid, and stupid people believe stupid stuff. And there's nothing you can convince, and especially this stuff, because it's really like a virus. It's like a viral infection, a neural viral infection. It infects the mind. It makes these people delusional. It makes those who are infected delusional. It makes them unable to reason in a straight line from one piece of evidence to the next. Even if their genuine mind tells them this cannot possibly be, their sickness allows them to overrule their own mind in order to profess this idea, to embrace this idea. I mean, it's really a terrible, terrible sickness. You're never going to convince those people. But what we can do, and the thing that really affects us all, is we can get that shit out of our government. That is our challenge as people who do not believe, as people who understand how horrible and how damaging these ideas are to our culture and to society as a whole. We've got to get it out of our government. That is where we should come together. We should unite as different groups. We should all come together and demand this shit be taken out of our government. We should expose. I believe there's a basis for lawsuits to be filed against campaigns as a violation of the Religious Test Act, the Religious Test Clause of the United States Constitution. So, I mean, I think that is our challenge. We're never going to convince individuals to stop believing what they think they believe. Okay? Trust me. I mean, I love arguing with them, and sometimes it's almost like a sport. You know, going out a night on the town, going out and find some fucking religious people and just lay them to waste. You know, I love that. But the bottom line is that's not going to do our situation any good. The only thing that is going to change what is happening to the United States of America, and indeed the entire world, is to eliminate religion from government, to ban it, prohibit it, and aggressively attack any element of religion that tries to become part of the government in any form or fashion. We need to make Congress stop opening sessions with a prayer. We need to make the Supreme Court start opening with a prayer. We need to... I don't got nothing against... You can pray all the fuck you want, but not as a government-endorsed activity. It is not part of the government in any form or fashion. It must be stopped. That is the challenge that we atheists face. It's not whether we can get 5 or 10 or one person to stop believing in God. That's not going to do anybody any good. What will do anybody any good is to stop those people who believe from taking over our government any more than they already have. And you know damn well what I'm talking about. So that's our challenge, my friends. Have a glass of tea. Think about it. You want to comment? Let me know.